Monica Makes It Happen podcast is proudly supported by Goya. If it's Goya, it has to be good. And by JP Morgan Chase, New York's hometown bank for over 225 years.
Hi, everybody. You're watching the Monica Makes It Happen podcast, number 24, and we are on location. It is our first show. We've done Facebook shows on location at the Apollo, you name it. But here we are at one of my favorite places, Starbucks, right on 81st and Broadway, and we are with some superstars. Do you know how much we love Harlem Grown and we love our baristas? Well, we have two guests for this podcast to talk about a very exciting endeavor that we need to tell you about. That's really the neighborhood grant program of the Starbucks Foundation. You're probably like, what is that all about? Well, we know we love our baristas already because the coffee's excellent, but Shay, you're going to tell us about how you're actually giving funding to nonprofits across our area. Joining us now is Shay Joseph, a Starbucks barista. We love you from the Bronx, right?
Yes, from the Bronx.
And we have Melissa McLeod, who is from Harlem Grown. We've done so many stories on the incredible work that you do. First, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Yes, excited to be here.
What a background we have. We're actually in Starbucks. I love it. I have 2 cups of coffee with a specialized little, look at this. Thank you so much, Monica. Oh my God, like I don't love you enough.
Yeah.
All right, well, first of all, Shay, you
Yes.
are a barista.
Yes.
How long have you been a barista?
I've been a barista for 6 years.
6 years. And what's the best part of being a barista?
Making connections with our customers. Being able to not only serve coffee, but also make a change in their day. Sometimes, customers will come in, not feeling too well.
That's like me. That's
Yeah,
like me.
but as soon as they get their coffee, they're right up, right, and making the connection. They'd be like, sometimes, they'll say, that really made my day. Just a compliment or just a thank you for coming here. Yes. So
It's really the kindness.
Yeah.
And you know the community like no other. You're from the community and you're helping the community. But now money, I can't believe this. Tell me about this. When you first found out about this neighborhood grant program, you must have been like, this is so awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to give to the community, give back to nonprofit organizations is amazing. I'm happy that Starbucks allowed this for us, made this possible.
They're empowering you because I always say the baristas know everything, okay?
Yeah.
They know everything about me, about this is the best coffee, by the way, okay? Behind the scenes, they have some of the most handsome baristas here, but thank you for the coffee, by the way. And look at the mug too. But anyway, talk to me a little bit about what you decided. There's a connection here. You actually nominated Harlem Grown.
Yes, I did. Harlem Grown, the work they do is amazing. It's kind of like a connection, like what we do here, just with coffee. They do it with fruits and vegetables, and they not only grow fruits and vegetables, they grow children. They grow a great community. Just giving back to their community is amazing, and that's what we do here at Starbucks, so I like what they do.
We love that. And now we're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Harlem Grown and what they do for their community. And get this, the money that they got as a surprise in front of our cameras. That's after this commercial break. Just after this. Okay, we're back. We're here with Harlem Grown, Melissa McLeod. You must be over the moon. Yes. What did you get? What was the surprise? I know it was on Pix 11 News, but what was the surprise?
Yeah, so the surprise was we got $18,000 from Starbucks this year. So for the neighborhood grant, we were nominated for $8,000 from all of the employees here, and then we got an additional bonus of $10,000 from another employee that got to nominate us for a special opportunity. And so that was exciting. It's like double the love for a company that we have been working with throughout the years and is always there when we need a helping hand. It can be anywhere from composting on our farms to giving out turkeys and preparing meals during our Thanksgiving drive. And I mean, it has just been so instrumental to our work to have Starbucks with us year after year. You know, when we're growing healthy children, a big piece of it is having people who can be with you from the beginning to the end, right? To get someone to go from elementary school to college, it takes a community, it takes a neighborhood. And, you know, we all have a little bit of a hand in it. So really grateful that Starbucks is able to continue to grow their work with us, both, you know, obviously with their gift and being there hands-on, getting dirty with us every single year.
I love that. I mean, we've been, and I love your vehicle outside. It's all fruits and vegetables. But that's really what it's about, is about the children. And I think what I love about this program is it really is grassroots. And Harlem Grown, you've been around for so long helping our children. What are you going to do with this money?
So this money is really going to support continuing our essential programs where we're supporting families outside of school time, right? So you imagine one child going to after school for the year, a child during our summer camp, which kicked off last week, and even giving out fresh, healthy produce to our community members at our farm stands. We do free weekly farm stands every single week, all year round. And that's because we know how much it supports our family to be able to know food is being grown in their neighborhood and they don't have to worry about the cost of it, right? It reduces the grocery bills for our family. And so funding like this supports us to do it for just one more person, one more extra family, and continuing to expand our reach. And it's not just reaching people. We also want to make sure we're having a deep impact and building relationships with our families and kids over time.
You're so awesome, Melissa. You have your own show. Tell me about this relationship, though, with Shay. How did this develop? How did this happen?
So Shay's come to our farms. She's seen the work firsthand. We always say that. We don't just want you to hear about it and be a part of it. It's like, come see it. Yep. Come on a Saturday. She's come year after year, volunteering to kick off the season. Our season kicks off in April, heading into Earth Day, and Shay's been there year after year. She's enjoyed it. She's been there with new team members talking about our work. And like, that is the mission. Yep. We're growing healthy people. And to do that, you need other people that can champion it with you, right?
Yep. Is she like inspiring you too? I know you inspire her. She's already said that. But does she inspire you? Is this like a reciprocal thing where you feel the same way about her?
Yeah. Because for somebody to feel passionate about doing this work alongside us and to actively take steps both in their everyday life, it means the world, right? It supports you to continue going, even on those days where it can feel a bit harder, when everything's changing, right? Yeah. And to know that people are there alongside you, and Shay continues to come back. She tells her employees, her friends, her family, and she wants to make sure that she can support us in making kids, play, work, live in Harlem, and they're carefree.
I can't help but mention that funding is being cut everywhere.
Yeah.
So funding is so hard. So at a time when funding is so difficult to get, the Starbucks Foundation is stepping in and really writing those checks. Yeah. What does that mean to you? Does that?
For us, it means, we can worry a little bit less about where that funding is coming from. Because like you said, with the impact of how funding is being cut and people are kind of reimagining how they're spending money, when there's a company and organization that's worked with us over time that can double that and increase the impact, it means so much, because the future is still uncertain, right? And we want to make sure that it's not uncertain for our kids, it's not uncertain for our families, and that we're going to be here not just this year, but in a decade from now, from 2 decades from now.
I know that firsthand, because I think I did a story on you 10 years ago that I first met you guys when you started, and here we are. I never knew that fast forward we would be sitting at Starbucks on the Upper West Side, 81st and Broadway, with you, Shay, a community champion really making it happen. Yeah. So now, what's the secret to what do you want to tell nonprofits that Starbucks is around? The foundation is always looking for good nonprofits to help fund, right?
Yeah, they are. These people, there's a lot of organizations out here that need this money. They're not privileged. So it's just heartwarming and heartfelt. That we're able to do this for them. I'm happy that other people are able to. I hope that other companies get into this.
I like that call to action. And I don't know how we're doing on time. 10 minutes? We still got 10 minutes? 11. Oh, this is great. So we have a little bit more time. What's the call to action then for Harlem Grown before we go to our commercial break? What's the call to action for Harlem Grown?
Yeah, so my call to action is having other companies and individuals support us in this work. If you know a friend that's interested in, youth development, our environment, making communities that can live and thrive, encourage them to come up to Harlem Grown. Go to our website and sign up for our newsletter. See what's going
website?
on. Our website is www.harlemgrown.org.
Oh, that's so easy to remember.
Yeah,
Great.
it's very easy to remember, and you'll get a pop-up that encourages you to join our newsletter. You'll know when we're having events. Our Fall Harvest Festival is September 20th. I encourage anyone to come and just really see as we wind down for the season, but also, encouraging people to support us, both with your time, with your money. Everyone knows someone that, has had a coach in their life, a mentor, someone that's gotten them here today, and, you want to be able to thank them and be able to know that when you're supporting Harlem Grown, we are that for so many of our kids. And how important it was that your teacher from the 3rd grade, did something for you so that you can get an internship, or that nonprofit, just like Harlem Grown, supported you. So we want other people to be able to join us in that effort, right? Do it with your money, do it with your friends.
She's on
and
fire.
Show up.
You're on fire, Melissa. Exactly. I love this. We should do this at a Starbucks weekly or monthly. I love this, and pick a nonprofit. But and when you got that special surprise check, let's talk about the surprise. She got a surprise check. What was that feeling? Did your heart jump? Bring me back to that moment. We actually have that moment on camera.
Yeah. For me, it's deep gratitude, right? It's gratitude. It's excitement. It is knowing that we are in this together for the long haul. And that is what is so key and important to me, because, sometimes it's so easy. Like you said, so much is changing in the world. And when you could just have a moment of, wow, there are people who thought about us at Starbucks and they championed to make sure we can get more, that we can continue to do our work and continue to grow, right? And so knowing someone else was thinking about it and started to build excitement within Starbucks to do more for us, like I said, it's just, I'm humbled and just so grateful.
It's so beautiful. We always think of Starbucks being a big corporation, but it really is community driven by the baristas, by the employees. You're the eyes and ears on the ground. When you see something, you said something, you're like, let's give to Harlem Grown. It's amazing. So after the commercial break, we're going to do our last block, which is our speed round. And I ask these questions that are a little bit surprising but fun. Yeah. That's after the commercial break, okay? And we're going to talk more about the impact of Starbucks Foundation. That's coming up after the commercial break, right after this. All right, we're back, and it's our speed round, our last, I'd say 10 minutes, maybe 8 minutes. Okay, we have our producer standing by here, thanks to Starbucks. Let's do the speed round. I always want to talk about the best part of your jobs, and then we're going to talk about the challenges that you face, and then who you'd like to see on our next podcast. And I'm always surprised by the answer to that. But first, the best part of your job, Shay, as a barista, one of those champion baristas.
Yes, the best part of my job is just coming here, being able to make connections with customers and also with my partners. We are not only just employees or partners, we're a family here,
Wow, that is so beautiful. My goodness. And then, Melissa, same question. What is the best part of your job? Working for Harlem Grown.
The best part of my job is being able to see the work that I talk about happen every single day. When I go to our farms and I see someone from the neighborhood dropping off compost, when one of our kids are coming in, for a little school lunch break, right? And then they run to our chickens and get excited. And they
have chickens? Wait a second.
We have chickens in Harlem, and beehives. We can get into that. So we make our own honey. But I think those moments of just seeing joy for our kids, or you're planting a vegetable with them and they have the opportunity to pick a cucumber for the first time, and then they're like, please, chop it up, and they want to taste it, and then their friend sees them tasting it, right? So now they want to get involved. And I know when I was a kid, I was not eating cucumbers. And so to see that naturally happen and us starting to build those habits, or even how our kids are interacting with bees, right? And thinking about nature. That's so important for the longevity of our community and our planet. And so those moments and micro moments of seeing that, running into a grandma that, just brought the kids to after school, or going to our farm stand and seeing one of our community volunteers, that brightens up my day, and it always reminds me why I show up to work and why this work is important, and we should always come to work with purpose and intention.
Oh my gosh, mic drop. If you had a mic, I'd drop my mic. But what I love too is when I visited you, I think many years ago, you made me eat from the ground, and there's something about knowing the connection to our earth and teaching that at a very young age, it opens your mind, it blows your mind a little bit to the possibilities. And I just want to do a stat here, thanks to Starbucks. 110 Starbucks partners in New York City nominated Harlem Grown. That's how important you are to, so round of applause inside Starbucks. And then we want to show, this is the certificate that you got, right?
Yes.
And it's congratulations. And it, how much money again was this?
We got $18,000.
$18,000. And you've gotten it several years, right, in a row?
Yeah,
or?
so we've gotten this grant every single year, and this is the largest amount we've been able to get with the extra nomination this year.
You just keep getting better and better and growing, and more children are being supported because of this. Shay, I want you to tell me, who would you like to see on, is there a barista that you love, maybe standing by over here, that you want on the next podcast, or who would you like to see on our podcast next?
Next, a barista, Martin.
Oh, Martin
is behind us.
Okay, Martin, you just got nominated. You're nominated for our next podcast. Who would you like to see Harlem Grown on our next podcast? What organization or person?
What organization? I would say Sharing Excess is an organization that has really supported us in being able to give out more food to our community year round. That's something we've done in the last 2 years, where even if it's winter time, we're making sure we get food from our local farms and organizations.
That's a great idea.
So,
the farm. Okay.
yeah, you can get a CSA share from a local farm, and they give you a batch of like fruits and vegetables. And so we do that for our community members, and we create a farm stand where you can pick everything from wicker baskets, right? And so Sharing Excess has been an organization we've collaborated with that makes sure we get fresh, healthy vegetables for our kids every single year and week, and that's been impactful. Last year we served over 10,000 people through Farm Stand alone.
Did you say 10,000?
10,000 just through Farm Stand alone, showing up every week on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
That is incredible,
Yeah.
right, producer?
Yeah.
Now, what's next? I like to talk about what's next. Shay, what's next for you? I mean, are you already kind of figuring out who you're going to vote for next, or are you just like reveling in this victory?
Yeah, I mean, always Harlem Grown is always my first choice, but there's more people out there in need. So there's another organization, West Side Campaign Against Hunger. Yes.
Oh, ma'am, I know them.
Yes. So them as well.
Oh, I better send them the link to this podcast so that they
Yeah.
cozy up to you a little bit more. But that's what.
Yeah.
But the power that you have, that Starbucks has given you, I guess. How do you feel about that, and what do you want other people to know about this?
It's empowering. I just want other people to feel how I feel. Just to be able to help out financially is really, really,
It's all
really
about
amazing.
funding, right?
Yes, it's all about fun.
I've done so many stories, and we always talk about everything else, and it's the essence of it is funding, right,
Yeah.
Melissa? I mean,
Yes.
we can't say enough. If you're not funding the right organizations, what are we doing? Like,
Exactly.
you need to write the checks, right? Can you tell me what's next for Harlem Grown?
Yeah, so like you said, funding is incremental. And for us, as you mentioned, the need isn't even just for funding, but we had over 400 applications for summer camp this year, right? We got 83 kids in summer camp and over 400 applications. And for us,
That's devastating.
it is,
Yeah.
but
So
it's,
you're-
for
there's
the
three-
next stage, it's growing responsibly and having the support to sustain the team students that we have and also be able to grow that so more kids can enjoy summer camp and after school. Kids stop by, the team told you earlier, you're walking through Harlem with these shirts, parents always stop us to ask about after school and summer camp. So it's continuing to be able to serve more of our families. We know they love the program, and what's important for us is at least 80% of the kids in summer camp and after school are repeat students and youth in our community because we want to make sure we're having that deep impact.
This is
Yeah.
heartbreaking, though, when you said
Yeah.
that. I'm so glad you said that. So if
Yeah.
someone's watching, if they give to Harlem Grown, even if it's a small donation, it could help another child go to summer camp next year, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
$50 can support one child in after school.
Say that again.
$50 can support one child in attending after school for the day. So you're giving one child a joyful moment of after school. We do cooking demonstrations with them. We have lessons that they build on throughout the year. And we also support families during winter break and spring break. And so that's when, you know, all the kids are out from school and we have a full day. It's almost like mini summer camp for them. They get to go on field trips. We have additional lessons. They're getting lunch and breakfast. We do everything full service. We don't want our kids to be hungry in our programs. And so $50 can support one child for one day.
And there's so much food insecurity, so they count on these programs
Yeah.
sometimes to get that lunch and to get that meal. So
Exactly.
you're so critical. And I'm so glad that their Starbucks Foundation will be on our TV show, which is the last Monday of this month at 4:30 p.m. Shameless plug for the TV show. And you guys are going to be our legends, which you really are legends, Starbucks Foundation. We love you. Now, I'm just going to ask a fun question to end this. What's your Starbucks drink? Okay, my Starbucks drink, just so everyone knows, is a venti. I like regular coffee with half and half and 2 Splendas, okay? What's your drink, Shay?
My drink would be a brown sugar shaken espresso with 1 pump of white mocha. Yeah, and some vanilla sweet cream cocoa on top.
I was gonna say that, but I'll have to do another one that I like too.
Fancy.
No, but
Don't
you
tell
like
me
it,
it's
you
the
like
same
it.
drink. What's your drink? What's your
So
drink at Starbucks?
that's a top one for me, but a good close second is the Starbucks green tea lattes, matcha lattes.
Ooh.
I love the hot version of it, and it's always been a favorite of mine. So if you haven't had it, that one I highly recommend.
That's my
Russell
second
Midori,
as well.
what's your Starbucks drink?
I've never tried it. I've never tried Starbucks before.
Oh, he's being sarcastic. He said he's never heard of it before. Yeah, okay.
Get you some Starbucks.
We love Starbucks, and right now I'm drinking it black. Actually, it tastes delicious.
Yeah, I love a black too.
I know. Thanks to Starbucks again for having us, 81st and Broadway. Any final thoughts, Shay? Final thoughts.
I'm just so honored and happy and just that we're able to do this for Harlem Grown, you know? It just, the neighborhood grants me everything, you know? And this is just so heartfelt.
It means everything.
Yes.
That's exactly right. And then final
Heart
thoughts,
is
Melissa.
warm.
Final thoughts. It's another special thank you to Starbucks and Shay, to you for continuing to nominate us. You know, and if this podcast resonated with anyone, I encourage you to visit our website, join the newsletter, come on a Saturday and share with a friend so that you can give this gift to our community, our children, and really support our work in being able to be here for decades to come.
Yay.
Round of applause. We have a whole studio audience of three people. And of course, we love Starbucks Foundation. And just a side note, thank you for reaching out to our TV show and our segment and letting us know that they're watching. We always think, who's watching? Guess what? Starbucks Foundation is watching the work that we do. We really appreciate their support as well. So don't forget to watch us every night at 5:45 and 6:45. And of course, you can catch the story we did here at pix11.com/Monica. Thank you again to Harlem Grown and Starbucks Foundation. We're making it happen together. See you next time.